I ask you this question because you know what's coming next, and we get asked this a ton: the status of the arena. And when Coach is on with us, he talks about it a lot, and he says, "I need people to donate." Is that just a good summary of where you are on moving forward with that new arena because of cost increase?
Yeah, let we can go a little granular on it as best we can. When we announced the Crimson Standard, it was $600 million 10-year deal, 10-year fundraising, because you got it. The best departments honor their past, stay focused on today, and create vision for the future. And so that was creating our vision for the future. And I said, the day we announced it, I said, listen, what this looks like today, which at that point we thought a renovation of Coleman was the right path for us. What this looks like today and what it will look like 3 years from now will be different because it will continue to evolve. Now, so it has changed and what the priorities have been. But I also said very clearly, because it's the God's honest truth, phase 2, which was the basketball arena, could not support itself. We needed phase 1 to allow phase 2 to happen. Okay. And so, and as we started evolving and looking into it more and more and having more discussions about it, we really thought, okay, maybe the renovation to Coleman isn't the right thing at that point. And maybe a new arena is the better thing. Because when you start from scratch, you can build more of what you want within financial realities. And so talked to our trustees, Dr. Bell, and announced last February a $183 million, 10,000, a little over 10,000 seat arena. And so but there's multiple steps that we have to go through, whether you're building an arena, whether you're building a practice gym, whether you're building a classroom that we're required to go through. And that was the first public part of what we could do with it. Then, and guys, I want you to know, when I sit down and talk to architects, or we sit down and talk to architects, I'm very firm with them and saying, guys, you got to get us numbers that are right. You have to do that, because as soon as we go public with this, everybody's going to say, oh, that's okay. You're moving forward, and that's what we're doing. In the architect's defense, they didn't anticipate the level of inflation that we've been under for the last year. And so over about 2 or 3 more meetings, I would walk in there and they have very kind of grim looking faces on them and say, it's gone up some. Well, how much? $25 million. Next meeting, another $25 million.
Wow.
And then the third one is, okay, now we think we could be close to $250 million, a quarter of $1 billion. And that was not what we were expecting. Now, with that, our donors have been extremely generous. And yesterday I was in Birmingham trying to raise some money. We actually had a gift that came in this morning. So we are actively doing that. But I also want you to know, as we were doing this, we have tried to look at every avenue possible as far as what opportunities are there. We don't necessarily go public with that all the time, so people don't know what we're doing. But I know the arena in Austin has been talked a lot about. We actually met with those people 3 years ago and trying to say, could this be a solution for us? And they're a good group. They're doing the right thing. And what we went from was maybe, hey, potentially a arena for a very low cost for the University of Alabama, to now when we kept digging on it, and to build an arena to support concerts in the level that they have is a completely different build than building a competition only facility. Well, it got after to about 2.5 years into it, we were like, it would be more expensive to build it through them, in which we would have to give up a ton of control, than it would be to go build our own arena ourselves. And so, I've wanted our fans to know that we have not sat still. We have continued to work on it. We're working on it every single day. We have fiduciary responsibility where I can't jeopardize the rest of our department based off of one facility. But Regina doesn't let me go to the grocery store very often because she doesn't trust what I'm going to bring back as what was on the list.
Same.
But a little while ago, she sent me to the grocery store, and I was in Publix, and the second person that came up to me and said, when are you going to build the arena? You got plenty of money. I just saw the profit that you announced, 18.5, which the other part where that's all accounted for from a debt service standpoint didn't get a whole lot of attention. and he said, you're going to lose Nate. I said, well, we just signed him to a contract extension. He said, well, he's still going to go. And I said, well, I talked to Nate a lot. I think we got a good relationship. Really proud of what Christy Curry's doing. And I said to the gentleman, and it was a healthy conversation, so it wasn't defensive, it wasn't anything like that. But I said, let me ask you something. He said, what's that? I said, I know, Nate has said he wants the arena, and he does, and he and I talk about that regularly. I said Christy Curry wants the arena. Ashley Priest Johnson wants the arena for gymnastics. I said, you know who may want the arena more than any of those people? He said, who? I said, me.
I just want to shop for groceries. I can't shop for groceries anymore, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And that's okay. That's part of the role I'm in. And I love interacting with our fans. I think people have seen that. And so anyways, it is a priority. We have to balance that with financial realities. It's not just as simple as saying, let's go spend $250 million and anything else, to heck with it. But what's really cool is the fact that there's such passion about wanting to do this. And so many schools are just trying to get people to care. And one of the things we're so fortunate about at Alabama is people care. And that's why we're here. That's why we're a part of it. And it's exciting to see what's going on. The women have won 5 straight on the road last night, one at Kentucky. We just had our season high in gymnastics scores the other day. And we're having success in a lot of different sports because we've got great people here making it happen. We got great support. And what's going on with our men's basketball program? I saw a couple of tweets in the last 24 hours that we're doing some really historical things, and that's really cool. And let's do everything we can to enjoy that, be a part of it. And please know that we are diligently working, trying to move it forward, and doing that with some of the realities we're facing.